What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all social media at My Cowboys Family, and hop in the Discord. Link for that's in the description box down below. Yeah. And of course, as we get rolling here tonight, guys, there's of course some people we have to shout out, give the love, the appreciation to, and of course, extra special shout out for some pre-stream love we have to mention as well in just a moment. But first, we all know why he's here, representing as a sponsor of the week and Cash App King, none other than Snug X.
Mr. X in the house.
Appreciate you, of course, Snug. Thank you for representing on both sides of the board there. And speaking of representation, Marco Seppian holding on with a Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
And that Stream Boss.
Why is he down to 20 points? Maybe on that Stream Boss. Pre-stream drop by the man, the top dog, Dwayne Broussard.
With a classic Go Cowboys $2 holler.
And by the way, he also dropped yesterday a $2 thanks drop on a video. 2 more today. I know we had it last night off. 2 more today. Much love to Dwayne Broussard. He's got himself another jersey raffle. We'll talk about it here in a minute. As you can see, another jersey raffle entry with those thanks, adding it up. And it still could add to that. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Much love to Dwayne Broussard. Much love to Skeptical Fan, who's the man who is, last month's champion of the gifting membership board. I guess you can say it's a brand new thing that YouTube has given us. So appreciate Skeptical Fan dominating on that side of things. 24 last month. This month, almost at the end of the month, 34 for him this month. And 17 for Jason Renfro. It was a great battle halfway through the month, but Skeptical Fan has outlasted everyone. I think he's going to go back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys on that board with a new record. At least 34 gifted memberships to the family here in the chat. And star-level members, Skeptical Fan, of course, in the mix there. You got LC, Lincoln Kane, all the way from Australia, and Mary Alvarez. Much love to you guys. Oh, and one last thing. Because you got Snug X as the Cash App King. We knew this already, but who's the Cash App leader? None other than Jason Renfro. And by the way, he had $1 in it, but now he dropped another $6.96. Last night, actually, it was dropped. Much love to Jason Renfro. Go Cowboys from him. And you know what that means, baby? That means that he's got himself a jersey raffle entry. In membership, you get a bonus. Wait, let me not say any more, because we have our 6-year anniversary. He dropped 6 and change, Mr. Jason Renfro. Every $6, well, what happens, baby, for this raffle? We got to explain what this raffle is about, too.
So, again, guys, to celebrate 6 years of MCF, we are doing a 6 raffle. So, if you drop 6 as in 6 themed.
Jesus. Yeah.
What do you
think
I said? Anyway, my point is $6 drop, of course, gets you in, but every additional $6 on top of that is an additional bonus entry. Like you said, Membership does have its perks. Whether you're Navy Blue, Silver, or Star, you do get 1, 2, or 3 bonus entries, respectively.
Yeah, so again, someone like Dwayne Broussard, I think he's going to be in a membership in time. So if he does that, then he will have, if he's Star level, he gets 3 bonus raffle entries. If he's in the Silver level, you get 2. If you're in the Navy Blue, you get a bonus 1. Like Jason Renfro, if he's in the Navy Blue right now, he gets his $6 and change entry, and that works towards another entry at the same time, automatically eligible for that bonus membership entry. If he's in Navy Blue, you got 1. So we'll tally it up as we get closer to the raffle day. Of course, this Saturday, a couple days away, guys, our official 6-year anniversary party stream, celebration stream. It's going to be officially 6 years here on MCF on the YouTube platform. That's kind of when we started. So it's been 6 years of MCF. And we're going to take it into that 7 and beyond. And that's what the big celebration is going to be on Saturday. Raffle entry will be after. The raffle will be done after that. And I think we have a bonus raffle entry as well for a second place prize from this man, Skeptical Fan. So appreciate him. Skeptical. And appreciate everybody here in the house tonight, baby. Who's here to discuss the Cowboy news, info, and updates. But before I can even say that, let's also remind everybody, not just Super Chat, membership, gifting membership. That's the ways you can get entries to this raffle, multiple entries to this raffle. But there's another couple of ways, baby. 4 ways, actually.
So, of course, you have the Cash App, money sign My Cowboys Family, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and last but not least, Streamlabs lets your comment show up right here on screen. And let me go ahead and do some shout-outs here in the chat for all the people hanging with us tonight. Yeah. We have Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical. What's up? Much love to you. Asmodeus in the house. Bama Fan, hello and hi. Mike Aldana said, can I get a Ric Flair? Woo. You see Thomas Garrett, the superior Garrett. Cactus G in the place to be. Dwayne Broussard, the top dog himself.
Yeah.
Let me see. Eric Wallace, hello and hi. Texas Twister, stay safe out there on the road. Jason Renfro representing. Bama Fan coming through. Q Ball, much love to you. Freedom First, hello and hi, what's up? And let me come back down, make sure. Rolando Rodriguez, all the way from South Texas. And yeah, I think so far that's everybody here. But as people come in, of course, I'll make sure to shout them out, give them their hello and hi. Like Retro Scotty, what's up? Much love to you.
Much love to everybody. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And let's get it on here. Let's get it rolling. So, happy belated birthday. We skipped the day yesterday to Hall of Famer Chuck Howley, number 54, the OG there. He turned 87 years old yesterday, among the greatest athletes in Cowboy history. And actually 1 out of 11 linebackers in NFL history to attempt a punt. Yeah, back in 1964, he punted a 37-yarder. Just, a linebacker, just punting, doing this thing. Now, a new linebacker, second year for our Cowboys, number 33, Damone Clark. Happy birthday to him. Today was his birthday, so big happy birthday to Damone Clark.
We've had a lot of birthdays recently.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe it's just a time of year. Either way, Damone Clark, he's the guy that's going to be, hopefully right there next to LVE, trying to get our linebacking core solidified. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, NFL news. Now we got a little, intro news there. NFL news. J.J. Watt, the great J.J. Watt, 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, named NFL Studio Analyst with CBS Sports. So he's officially inked with them. He's making his first appearance this fall on the NFL Today in Week 1. So J.J. Watt going to be doing some booth stuff.
Good for him.
Now, speaking of J.J. Watt, he's never, he's a great legend. Has he ever won a Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure the answer is no across the board there.
He came close-ish.
Well, I'm asking now, which NFL legend right now would you say stands out as the best player to never win a Super Bowl? I just thought that was an interesting thing, and there's no Cowboy here, though the one Cowboy I've heard the closest is Tony Romo. Jason Witten would be another option. Des Bryant. I mean, you can say those guys. I mean, as a Cowboy, DeMarcus Ware, just
forget all those. What about Travis Frederick? Sorry. I rest my case.
That's another one there. Yeah, but I mean, but again, when you look at the best players of all time, I think there's 3, and it's funny because I said these 3 names came up on ESPN, and that's the one, and they had a question mark for the 4th name, which is, I kind of found it hard to find a 4th name. The 3 in here without question is Dan Marino from the Dolphins, Barry Sanders from the Detroit Lions, and Randy Moss had multiple chances with the Vikings and the Patriots. They've never won a Super Bowl, amazingly, right? I knew about Barry Sanders and I knew about Dan Marino and Randy Moss as well. It's just incredible when you really look at the scope of things. There's not really many other guys that are truly like legends, best of their position, best of their era and generational talent. and that haven't won a Super Bowl. Very, very rare, in my opinion. I don't know. You guys let me know if you guys have any names. Throw them out there. I mean, I wouldn't call Witten, Tony Romo, or Des Bryant as generational legends in the NFL. I'd say they're great talents, Hall of Famers. Maybe you can make a case, but for a couple of them, definitely Jason Witten, for example. But those guys are not Barry Sanders, Dan Marino, Randy Moss. Let's be real. So again, just curious to what people out there might think or say, and hey, again, if it's somebody that's new right now, still playing, I don't count them. Talk about a legend that's retired, that's in the Hall of Fame, and no question, like one of the best to ever do it. Like, there's very rare players that haven't won a Super Bowl that's on this list. So we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, usually that type of overwhelming talent does tend to mean that you end up with some hardware eventually, right? Let's just hope that we can add a Dallas Cowboy, or that we can't add a Dallas Cowboy to the list. Sorry. I meant that the other way around.
Let's hope we don't see Mike on this list. You know what I mean?
Honestly, that's what I was thinking. In my head, I was thinking the only player that even comes close to that is Micah. And I don't want him included amongst those.
We got to get him a Super Bowl. That's what matters here. And people don't realize, some of our fan base thinks that, like, Des Bryant's the best receiver we ever had. They think that Tony Romo's the best quarterback we ever had. They think that, Jason Witten's the best, maybe he is the best tight end we ever had. But it's just strange to see a lot of these guys thinking that these are the best we ever had. And we know there are so many more legendary guys in the 70s and in the 90s. Let's be real about it. So we got to get a Super Bowl for the younger fans, for the younger generation here.
Agreed. It's been too damn long.
Now, I will say this. There was a lot of suspensions handed out today. It was yesterday and today. Isaiah Rodgers, Rashad Berry, both of them from the Indianapolis Colts. Free agent, another player not on any team, Demetrius Taylor. They were all three of them were suspended indefinitely through at least the conclusion of this 2023 season because of betting on NFL games this past year, 2022.
I was just about to say, it had to be some dumb gambling stuff.
Yeah, I mean, last year, not last week, but last week, yesterday, there was, I think, the news coming down that some of these guys are going to be suspended. The official names came out today, or yesterday and into today. Another player, fourth player, was suspended, not for the entire year. Titans offensive lineman Nicholas Petit-Frere is suspended for the team's first 6 regular season games of the 2023 season for also betting on non-NFL sports, but it was at the club facility.
Which, so that's again, we knew was going to be a big, big deal for the league, and they were going to crack down on that.
And this guy here, again, he's adamant he did not bet on NFL games, which he didn't. It's not. He got suspended for betting at the league facility, as we know. That was something that the NFL is not going to allow. Now, he's suspended for betting on other sports in the workplace. That's his situation. The suspensions in the last 2 years, based on betting suspensions, gambling suspensions in the NFL, bets on the NFL. Calvin Ridley, who's been reinstated now with Jacksonville. Isaiah Rodgers, Rashad Berry, Demetrius Taylor, C.J. Moore, wide receiver Quintus Cephas, defensive edge Shaka Toney, and 6 games, players with 6 games because of non-NFL bets, but at their club or workplace. Nicholas Petit-Frere, wide receiver Jameson Williams, wide receiver Stanley Berryhill. They're missing 6 games. So these lists came out today.
This brings up an interesting point. How does the NFL even know that these particular players are the ones gambling, or that these players are doing it at the facility? So at least I'm assuming that if they're at the facility, it's something as simple as you're using the Wi-Fi, right? I mean, most of us are connected to our work Wi-Fi in a general sense, so I imagine most of these players probably just opened their phones, were connected to the Wi-Fi, started placing their little bets, and didn't think anything of it. Heck, they're probably sitting in their cars. So the point is, they're still somehow on the property, maybe connected to the Wi-Fi. Outside of that, I'm guessing, again, just from a cell phone situation, maybe they can, pinpoint your location, and obviously they know what phone number corresponds to who. And my only other third guess here, gambling stuff, if you want to collect your winnings, you do have to actually put down your actual real legal name and all that stuff. So, you do. There's no way for you to receive the earnings otherwise.
That wouldn't tip their location
No,
away.
But less about the location and more is Bob McJohnson betting on a game he's not supposed to, or on a sport he's not supposed to? I'm assuming if the NFL asks these people and says, hey, are they doing this? I don't know. These are just my assumptions. Well, we don't know yet, but I'm assuming that there's something along these lines.
The NFL actually did make a mention about the fact that they do investigate this based off of location. Mm-hmm. When these bets are made per the location, using the team's Wi-Fi. I'm sure there's other ways that they can. Maybe there's team cameras. I don't know how that works, where the NFL can monitor that. But either way, The players are going to learn the hard way, unfortunately. And fortunately, not a Cowboy yet. I'm just saying, but these players are going to learn the hard way if they keep making any kind of bet at the team facilities or in the team bus or in the team freaking locker room or in the team freaking hotel room. All of that is illegal. You can't bet. That's it. Simple as that. Just I wouldn't bet if I was a player. I would not bet. Even if I loved it, I wouldn't bet ever until the off season when I'm at home and you can bet anything you want there. You can bet basketball, you can bet baseball, you can bet anything you want. Hockey, whatever. College basketball, just no football, no college football, and never, ever any kind of betting when you're on the team dime there. That's as simple as that. They got to learn. Yeah. If 99% of the players have learned, full 100% can learn is all I'm trying to say. So
remember, we touched on this like way back when we first kind of touched on this. The NFL is really pushing on this because of the liability reasons, right? So they don't want anything even vaguely associated with the thought that the NFL could somehow be cheating or colluding or whatever. So the only way for them to protect themselves is to basically make it illegal, so to speak, or against the rules for anyone to bet at the facility physically while at the team's facility. And this facility is very specific too, because that means it's not just like inside the building. No. Like you can be in the parking lot. You can be like
it could also be
on
in
their
the
sidewalk.
It could be in the hotel room.
Yep.
It could be in the bus. It could be in the plane. Doesn't matter. By the way, we got a man flying in here, Jason Renfro, gifting a membership to a very lucky family member. Who was it? Oh.
My Cowboys family?
How did I get one? I don't know how I got one, Jason, but thank you. I don't know how I get a gifted membership.
Do we have a fake My Cowboys family in the chat?
Could be a troll. I don't know. But now that troll has My Cowboys family part of the family here, I guess.
Hey, I guess we were Jason showing Renfro. The love.
Hey, so. Jason Renfro in the house.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, brother. Hey, he goes up the board. By the way, this also gets him he's about 5 cents away. I think he's 4 cents away from another raffle entry. So he's basically right there on the tip of that iceberg, and right now, right behind Dwayne Broussard on the overall leaderboard. So I'll have to fix that here in a minute. I guess my Cowboys. I can't believe that my Cowboys family got it, and it must not me.
I know that does crack me up. So real quick, let me continue to hit up the chat here. Splenda Papi, what's up? Hello and hi. So yeah, Thomas Garrett. I that's the thing that confuses me so much. You have so much to lose here as a player betting. Why do it in the first place? And if you have to do it, why cut corners?
I don't understand. Like why?
Just that's the part that really gets to me. But hey, Brandon James Shea, what's up? Hello and hi. Much love.
Much love to him in the house.
Mike Aldana said it. Temptation is everywhere. Oh man. You can say that 3 times. Asmodeus, much love. And again, like I said, I do want to be very clear that this is obviously just my opinions on what I think is the possibility here as far as the reason or the abilities of the NFL going after these players and stuff. But the long and the short of why they're doing it has always been relatively clear. And like I said, I am not surprised at all that the NFL is trying to make sure they distance themselves as much as possible from betting players and themselves. So the last thing you want is to, kind of like right now when we think of the Lions, sure, we think of the Lions, but we're also thinking about the freaking 5 players that got caught in a huddle, basically just betting together. Oh.
By the way, Jason Renfro, he has now got 18 gifted memberships for the month. I guess it's never over till it's over, right? And currently in 4th place. I think he's like a hair in front of Brandon James Shea in 5th. Jason Renfro is in 4th. Right behind Dwayne Broussard in 3rd, Skeptical Fan in 2nd, and Marco Seppian still sitting in 1st place. So I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know if there's any other comments as we get back to business here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any other.
Oh, okay. No, I was just double checking. Yeah, the other.
The troll account.
We have Jason Renfro with a $4.41 holler.
That definitely puts him into the next, I think the next raffle entry and beyond, right? He's building to another one here. What did the man say with that 441 on the board?
Keeping it classic with a Go Cowboys.
Woo, much love. And by the way, he's now in 3rd place.
Officially.
Just jumping. Mr. Dwayne Broussard. Now he's behind Skeptical Fan. Not far behind Skeptical Fan on both boards. You can say the membership giving board and the overall leaderboard. Jason Renfro currently in 3rd place, moving on up. Go Cowboys.
Ooh, So
and he's got the lead in the Cash App as well.
Yeah. So Rolando Rodriguez saying it's the NFL's fault for basically allowing.
Well, they made a deal. That's the thing. The NFL definitely does not want to give up that gambling money, and neither do the players. The players also are getting a big slice of that gambling money. So it's in the best interest for the green, for the NFL and the players to not make this a bigger issue. So right now it's a couple of players. I think that'll be thinned down and weeded out in no time. In another couple of years, you won't ever hear about any more gambling because players will be knowing it. The NFL's not going to stand for it. If they want the money from gambling, they have to all abide by these rules. That's just the way it is. So again, it's like making a deal with the devil kind of situation, I guess you can say. But if it works for both sides of things, players and the owners, they got to abide by these rules, or else you can taint the shield. And the NFL will definitely not go for that, and they're going to throw out any player before they worry about giving you the freedom to make a bet on your thing and maybe tainting the whole NFL fairity up on the up and up. With the gambling, you got to make sure of it, because anything like that involved with gambling or players gambling and throwing games, something like that, that would be the end of the NFL. That would definitely kill the NFL faster than anything else. So hurt the NFL for sure more than anything. So we'll have to see on this. But yeah, it's all about that mighty dollar in the end. Now, by the way, with that drop by Jason Renfro, Mark is down to 16 points on the stream boss.
Closer and closer.
Rarely has he been this low here in the last 15 weeks for Marco Sepien. But let me just finish one last thing about the betting. And before I say that, Jason Renfro with another 1-2 punch, and that I think is another raffle entry. That's at least 3 earned. And I think you're in the membership, right? He's in the membership, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So he's got a total. I think he's in the navy blue. So he's got 4. Now, if he moves up in the silver, goes up into that star, you add to the bonus raffle entries from the membership. And right now, Mr. Jason Renfro drops another $2 J. Lou holler.
Thank you again, Jason.
What did he say?
Go Cowboys.
Hell yeah. Go Cowboys.
Woo.
So much love to him. And now Mark's down to 14 points on that stream boss. Holding it down, though. He's still holding it down. 14 points away. Now, the Colts waived. Now, after finding out the guys that were violated this policy, Rashad Berry and cornerback Isaiah Rodgers Sr., both guys who were suspended for the whole year, were both officially waived today. Again, suspended. They were suspended for a year. Immediately waived. The guy had 6 games. He's, of course, all those guys are still on that team. We got another drop, $1 holler by Brandon James Shea. What did he have to say, baby?
Another classic Go Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you.
You love that navy blue, silver, and star. Go Cowboys. So, again, keeping it rolling, baby. I mean, I don't know if there's any. I'm trying to update the board here.
Mike Alana said that both were cut.
Yeah, no, both Rashad Berry and Isaiah Rodgers were both released. One guy's already a free agent, and the fourth guy got only 6 games. He was not released. I'm pretty sure he was not released. Skeptical fan, the man in the house. We're going to get that prize, I think, tomorrow officially.
Yes.
And we'll go through all that stuff. But again, the man with the plan here, dropping that $2 holler, the gifting champion of last month, the gifting leader this month. What do you have to say, baby, with that J. Lou 2?
Another classic Go Cowboys.
Hell yeah. Go Cowboys.
Woo!
Much love, Skeptical. He keeps his little bit of a lead right there over Jason Renfro as the battle ensues. Now, I do want to say one last thing, baby, about this. Mark's down to Micah Parsons points. 11 points for him. Just want to say, cornerback Isaiah Rodgers Sr., this is the alleged bet that was made by him. He had a $1,000 bet on the over-under of rushing yards on a Colts running back. Now, again, he's a Colts cornerback. He's betting on a Colts running back. Do you understand how this can... this could sway shit. Maybe let's just say, for example,
I mean, of course,
he wanted to say, "Hey, whichever the running back was, we don't know who it was, but let's say he gets in cahoots with him and says, listen, man, if you, get over this amount of rushing yards or under these, I bet you on the under, then let's, make sure you don't get over 120 yards." And so they both split the money. That's what people are afraid of, and that's what you got to be aware of when something like this happens. You guys feel me on this? So that's why it's so strict. The NFL and the players want that gambling money. They got to adhere to the gambling rules. And Jason Renfro dropping $1 holler trickling on through here. And we also, actually, it was a double drop with Jason Renfro with $1 holler. And I'm assuming a Go Cowboys from Jason Renfro.
Yes, it is.
And then we had another drop, and I can't see. Oh,
it was Clark motherfucking Kent.
Clark motherfucking Kent.
$5 holler.
Woo, Ooh.
representing it there, and he said, "Much love, fam. Training camp, I'll be in Oxnard.
Ooh, yeah.
My eye will be on Sam Williams and Mazi. Who will y'all be watching at camp? And go Cowboys,
You hit him
baby."
up first with that. I'm going to update the board. By the way, Mr. Clark Kent, 1 away from a raffle entry. Keep that in mind. And Jason Renfro said, I'm taking over the stream boss. With that $6 holler right there.
Woo, Jason.
Takes the stream boss, gets another raffle entry. What did the man say? What did both these guys say? I'm sorry. I mean, I want to answer Clark Kent's. I know Jason Renfro dropped the 6, so what did he say with that 6?
Well, Jason Renfro said, "Go Cowboys."
Hell yeah.
And then after that, he said, "Go Cowboys."
Hell yeah. Much love to him.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. But like Clark Kent was saying, he said, "Much love, fam. Training camp, I'll be in Oxnard. My eye will be on Sam Williams and Mazi. Who will y'all be watching in camp? And go Cowboys."
I love
baby.
Mazi and Sam Williams. I'm with that, especially on defense. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at Damone Clark, who's in that linebacker spot there. Not really. I think we're good in the back end on defense. On offense, man, I really like to see the way the offense runs. I want to see how the offense is utilized. I want to see the quick snaps, the quick reads, the quick passes, and breaking the pocket if needed. I'm mainly going to watch, I want to see like the newer guys, see what they're doing out there. We're going to see like Deuce Vaughn, how he's going to be utilized. We're going to see Luke Schoonmaker, how he's going to be utilized. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And of course, who's playing left guard? Like, what are we going to do about that? I'm always going to be watching that. Hey, you, baby, any comments on your side of things?
I mean, first of all, have fun out there in training camp. You're going to have a great time, I'm
Grand
sure.
old time.
And I have to admit, at least for me, there's only one position, one situation that you haven't brought up. That, of course, I had to bring up.
Kicker.
So just because, for the most part, I pretty much agree with you, other than I would go with the addition of kicker. I'm definitely going to be watching Vizcaino with eyes like a hawk.
I'm watching
even
the
though
other
I
guy.
know he's just the stopgap. At this point, I feel like I better start getting real comfortable with Vizcaino.
But the Cowboys, the way they did that front office, they're going to wait the last second to bring in a kicker.
They're real close. So as of
that's
now, that's what we got to work with. So that's
their
what we're
plan.
working with.
That's going to be their plan. Great question. Great comment there. Any other quick things before?
Yeah, Stephen White said, watch Hunter Lipke.
Lipke, yeah. I mean, a linebacker to find out. That's a great thing. Again, not really Lipke, more about I want to see who's going to take over that short yardage bruiser role that Zeke had. Who's going to take that role? That's my question. So, shall I get back on this? I know Mr. Jason Renfro adding a raffle entry. I know Mr. Clark Kent 1 away from a raffle entry. So I'll keep tabs on things and try to keep the entries updated as we continue tonight's show and the overall board updated. Jason Renfro with a takeover. Rarely have we seen anybody in the last 3 months on that stream boss other than Marco Sapien today. It's Jason Renfro's takeover. So much love to him. Now, one more suspension happened today, not involving the betting situation of things. The NFL suspended Jacksonville Jaguar offensive tackle Cam Robinson for 4 games for violating the PED policy. This is bad news for Jacksonville because Robinson started 14 games last year for them. He's been a consistent presence on the offensive line for them since he was drafted in 2017. They also lost right tackle Jawan Taylor to Kansas City this free agency, so they drafted Anton Harrison in the first round. He's going to have to step up and play a lot right away, guys. A rookie first round to protect Trevor Lawrence. Big loss for Jacksonville in that suspension for Cam Robinson. Now, NFL news, we're coming to a close here. We're getting ready for some Dallas Cowboy news. But first, I see drops around us here. Mr. Bama fan and Clark Kent. What do they say, baby, and how much did they drop?
Well, first of all, Bama fan with his $2 holler said, "Go Cowboys and roll Tide." And Clark motherfucking
Go Cowboys. I agree with Go Cowboys.
much love with his $2 holler saying, "Do you think that Jerry will ever let Aikman be the GM?"
No. I don't think Jerry's going to let anyone ever be the GM until he dies, and then Steve Jones probably takes over that role, question mark. I don't know. I guess we got to watch Succession to find out. But, yeah, I mean, that's what do you think? I don't think you'll ever let Aikman take over that role.
I agree. So, and yeah, Clark, first of all, Jerry won't even let someone who's like actually legitimately qualified to take over that role in the Will McClay. Right? So, not to say that Aikman wouldn't make a decent GM or anything like that, but that's something that does take a little bit more experience and inner know-how of a football team and its front office and how it's structured and how it works. Troy's very good at the football stuff. I don't know if he's very good at the football management stuff. Just throwing that out there. Those are different worlds. So
board is updated. Everything should be good. Jason down to 98 points. I think we're good now on that side of things.
Yeah,
and
Akeem Sears, hello and hi. Enjoy your vacation next week.
in the house. By the way, I wanted to also mention for Clark Kent, he's officially in the raffle now.
That's right.
So much love to him. If he's got a, not sure if he's membership because it gets hard to follow. If he's in the membership, I think he's navy blue. If he is, that's a bonus. It's a bonus raffle for him if he's here when we do when the raffle comes down. So we were planning on doing it on Sunday. We might have to move that back. I'll explain a little later on that. But either way, it just gives more time for people to get in this thing. Now, should I keep it going, baby?
Yeah, of course.
So keeping it going, guys. All this NFL stuff going on. And the players are going to need some help with all these suspensions, right? Well, NFLPA, the Player Association, today announced that Lloyd Howell is going to be their newest executive director, replacing DeMaurice Smith after his term expires in 2024. A lot of players not like DeMaurice Smith, the way he handles things. It just seems like he never really looks out for the players as much. Lloyd Howell, who's going to take over, served as Booz Allen's chief financial officer and treasurer. That's a company that is basically tasked in spying. So interesting that he's going to be, taking no crap over there to defend the players, I guess, on this situation. He's been responsible for that firm's financial statements, capital structure, and related financial operations. He previously led the same firm's civil and commercial businesses. He will not be worse than DeMaurice Smith for the players. He'll have probably the balls. He'll probably have the nuts to demand maybe something like 60-man rosters, no practice squads, all 60 players suited and available on game day kind of things. Those are some of the best changes he could probably make for the players. If the owners want 18 games, fans, do we want 18 games? I'm not even sure if fans want that, but that'd be the minimum probably he'll stand for the NFLPA to give up, and he'll expect all those other things I just mentioned in return, something like that. So Lloyd Howell, he's a bad man. It sounds like, guys, again, NFLPA got a heavy hitter for them at bat. It looks like. So anyways, that's one part of the thing. I want to make sure I brought that up with all these suspensions going down. The NFL Player Association needs somebody representing them, and next year will be, Lloyd Howell taking over. Now, going into some other players needs other kind of help. You got PED suspensions. You got a possible Tyreek Hill situation. A supplemental police report. Remember, we talked about the assault he had on a man the other day. It's a 57-year-old guy that he again alleged assault victim. Supposedly, Tyreek Hill offered this guy $200. $200 is $200 after the assault. Just be quiet about it. So,
you think you could afford a little more? But
just
saying, like,
try to bribe him out of it.
Maybe the bribe would be more effective if it was actually, a bribe and not just like a phone bill. Now that this is in the police report, we'll see if they can prove this, but Tyreek Hill. No, the point is that bribe is not enough to actually bribe anybody to do what you want them to do, but it's certainly enough for the police to take attention. Which cracks me up.
So, that's kind of how that stands now.
By the way, Skeptical, I know you said check the Cash App. I don't see anything here on our side, but I guess let us know. Just throwing that up there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see anything pop up on my side. Sorry.
Okay.
Now, that's something against the law there. Something that just became not against the law, at least in almost every state and in the NFL. Marijuana policy. And Travis Kelce today said that he thinks between 50%, as much as 80% of the players in the NFL use cannabis on a regular basis. Travis Kelce added that many players constantly pass drug tests. He said, quote, if you just stop in the middle of July, you're fine. A lot of guys stop a week or two before they still pass because everybody's working out in the heat and sweating their tail off. No one's really getting hit for the marijuana thing anymore. So again, it just sounds like the NFL's not caring as much. Remember, there's only a couple of times they check for it now, and if you get caught with it in your system, it's a fine. So everything's become a lot more relaxed, and now it seems like the league is now freely admitting, player-wise, how much they do smoke. And
now,
it's kind of the same thing. I would say in regular population, probably 60 to 70% of the population probably uses cannabis in some form, shape, form, or fashion.
I mean, at this point, for sure. So, but, of course, the NFL benefits from having their cake and eat it, too. So, now real quick, let me see. Akeem Sears said, I saw a place in Dunwoody, Georgia, had a bunch of cowboy stuff. So, yeah, hey, that's the place to stock up if you're here on the southeast coast, so to speak. So, let me see. Jason Rumford said the Texas Rangers are donating this year. So,
the Rangers?
I think you mean dominating. I'm guessing that was a typo. The Rangers baseball?
I know they had a great Cowboy jersey. I think they showed once, right?
I think
they
so.
They donned that Cowboy special. That one I'd like to get.
Oh, so let me roll back. I see a Stubby 1085 also, a fan of the Rangers there.
And Skeptical Fan, by the way, baby, he officially, I think with the earlier drop, he had the jersey raffle entry in there, official, right? But we also have a drop from Skeptical Fan, if I'm not mistaken here. And I have to, let me get that on the board here fixed in a minute. But Skeptical Fan, let me see.
All good. So, let me see. Retro Scotty also throwing out there, still curious on how the O-line shapes up.
Yeah, that's going to be a question. I think that's the whole offense. That's what I'm looking at, I think, the most in training camp. That's the biggest thing I got to keep an eye on.
It does feel like I can't really look at anything else until I look at that, if that makes sense.
True. Good point. Skeptical Fan dropping a $4 DAC drop. Holla. And a go Cowboys from the man staying skeptical, the man with the plan. It did finally go through. Much love the Skeptical Fan, who's still right there at the cusp, right behind Jason Renfro on the overall board. Hey, he's creeping up on the Cash App side as well. He's a couple back on the Cash App side. So much love the Skeptical Fan with the plan, the man. Appreciate you. Now, rolling it back here again, we talked about a little bit of weed. We talked about a couple other little deals that were done in the NFL. Now, yesterday, the Patriots and wide receiver Devontae Parker, they reached an agreement on a 3-year deal, a new contract worth up to $33 million. So this is done here. It includes $14 million in guarantees and per game roster bonuses. He stays in New England 3 more years. The Patriots also today sign another player, this time on the defensive side, linebacker Jawan Bentley. Patriots and him agreed to new terms on a new contract extension. He gets a 2-year deal, $18.75 million max deal, includes $9 million fully guaranteed. Another day, another starter locked in for the future. One on offense, one on defense for the Patriots. All right, so we'll go there. And now let's get focused on our team, our Dallas Cowboys. Now, the main thing I want to start off with here, baby, and that is reminding everybody that we have training camp coming up here in a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks or so. And we have the schedule just released. It was released yesterday. I actually, if you guys following us on Twitter, I retweeted that yesterday on our chat on our Twitter page. But again, check it out here. I'll put it up on the screen. You can see that on the left, on the right side is where the Cowboys released to the public, and you can see more details on the stuff on the left. If you look here, guys, if you plan to go out to the Oxnard, I know some of you guys just mentioned you are going to be going out there. Cowboys are arriving in Oxnard for training camp on July 24th. That's when they actually arrive. Keep that in mind, guys. And you can see here, nothing really starts on the field until the 26th. But that's not pads. That's right there. That's just shells and shorts right there on July 26th. So the Cowboys arrive on July 24th. I think that's a Monday. They do physicals on the Tuesday. And just July 25th, they'll be doing some physicals. On July 26th, the first official training camp practice is on there. The first day in pads, that's the big one to me, guys. Again, you looked at 26th, the first day in practice. The 29th is the opening ceremonies. If you're going to get there a half hour earlier. And, of course, there it is. On Monday, July 31st, 11 a.m. Pacific time. First day in pads. That's when the hitting starts. That's when the fun starts.
The magic actually happens.
Yeah, that's when the everything goes down. And really, we see that these players are going to. I believe by then we'll have maybe a second kicker, but I think by then we'll have another player that maybe we all kind of been hoping we make a move for. It might take that first week of training camp when they're doing some walkthroughs and some of the non-padded hitting stuff. You might see the Cowboys make a move there as we get ready for pads on July 31st. Now, you look at there, August 7th is Heroes Appreciation Day. Of course, there's going to be a lot more practices, open practices for the fans to observe and go to in Frisco when they do, they take it back to Dallas after Oxnard. But as you can see here, guys, also one more thing, no joint practices with another team. Last year we had Denver, a year before that we had the Chargers. No joint practices this summer. I guess we had, actually last year was the Broncos and the Chargers. No practices like that this summer. 12 practices will be open and free to the public, as you can see here for Oxnard. So if you're going to be there, those are the days you want to be there for. Of course, some days when the Cowboys do their walkthroughs and their I know they have their own scrimmage that they do. That usually means a walkthrough. So those are the days you probably do want to miss if you're not there. Those are the days you don't want to be there. So anyways, that's the situation there, guys. Enjoy it. Have fun. Schedule's out now, and we have it posted on our page. Now, I did want to say a couple more things about this. The Cowboys, they had 27 training camps at Thousand Oaks. I think they had one in Michigan, one in Minnesota, one in Oregon. In Austin, Texas, they had 8. Wichita Falls, 4. San Antonio, we had 6 there. Oxnard, guys, we had 16 in Oxnard. This will be our 17th one in Oxnard. In Frisco, we had 6 there as well. So, again, we have some split camps to Oxnard and Frisco, but 16 already, 17th one here. Now, we got here Stephanie Willis in the house with that 5 on it. What does Stephanie have to say, baby, as she adds at least her 3rd right now? Yeah, she's getting close. No, at least 3 raffle entries. I think she's in the membership. If she is, she gets that 4th. And then still got time for more in there. What does Stephanie say with that $5 holler, baby?
She said, "Go Cowboys." Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate you.
Much love. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Rocking it here with us tonight. Once again. And she moves up on the board here. I think she's still in the same spot there, right there. Behind, I do have to check that, baby. I think she does jump over Brandon James Shea right now on the leaderboard. Hit up a chat there for a comment or two as I get it ready.
So, let me see here real quick. Keem Sears said, Chiefs ain't crap, and I'm glad they beat the Sheagles. So, agree. We always will take the AFC team stomping out one of our NFC East rivals. Happily,
for sure.
Right?
We like to do the stomping, but yeah, if we can't do it, let someone from the AFC. It's not the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Patriots. But even then, I take them over the Eagles.
Let me see here. Retro Scotty, it doesn't seem like Zeke is all that upset about not being with the Dallas Cowboys as of now. But I guess we'll have to see where that goes, right?
I think he's upset he's not with anyone right now. That seems to be a bigger issue.
Cowboys specific thing, although maybe the Cowboys promised to call sooner than they did. Who knows? So, either way, Zeke, you should know by now the Cowboys are going to do what's good for them.
I agree. And Cowboys are going to wait it out as long as they possibly can. Only the Bucks. Who else had the Browns, the Patriots. There's only a couple teams that actually gave interest.
We only had about 3-4 teams that could have maybe been interested. Out of those, we really only heard about from 1, maybe 2. And I'm just saying, we're basically just right where we're at right now.
So we'll see. We'll see what comes upon that. Now, moving on here, guys. Just to finish up, I just wanted to say, Cowboys 17th year at Oxnard for a training camp. Now, much of the Dwayne Broussard passing along this ESPN ranking. I know we had done the rankings last week. I think we discussed ESPN's ranking of us on their leaderboard, or it wasn't really a power ranking, I don't think, but they ranked our team right now heading into 2023 as 6th best in the NFL, and they said that our strongest unit is the edge rusher spot. I really can't be, mean, upset about that. That is accurate when you throw Micah Parsons in the mix.
If we're talking about overall as a unit, in a weird way, I do have to agree. Although I still feel like our secondary gives them quite a run for their money.
Well, again, this is what they said. Now,
ESPN, I'm just giving you my thoughts on that.
ESPN said that with Micah Parsons being in that hybrid linebacker edge role, settling in as one of the league's top edge rushers, almost 30% pass rush win rate, 27.7%. But again, guys, that's the best among all edge defenders this past season in 2022. And then they added in there, of course, DeMarcus Lawrence. So you heard, the Eagles' right tackle talk about how he's one of the 5 best guys who went up against not just Micah, but also DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence also ranked as, one of the highest graded edge rushers as well. So, again, DeMarcus Lawrence is he would be the number 1 edge rusher for the Cowboys if not for Micah Parsons, right? So, again, you add, of course, those 2 starters, and you add in there other guys who kind of pseudo-starters and going to get more time, I think, in the mix here, like Dorrance Armstrong, who's going to get that. I think he's going to lose a little bit of the starting role to somebody like Sam Williams. You also got Dante Fowler. When you look at these 5 names for 2 spots, that's why they give us that as our best position that we have, right? So, again, guys, you got to remember our team. When it comes to the Marcus Lawrence and the whole defensive line, Micah Parsons, they lead the NFL pass rush in wins, 194 wins last year, and tied for first in sacks, 38 last season. So I do want to say that that's just on the edge side of things. That's not including area. Just at edge positions. That's what our edge guys did. Number one in the league when it came to those, the edge stuff that we, the numbers I just put up there. I just let you guys know. Now, what's our weakest unit, according to ESPN? And they said it is the interior defensive line.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I mean, I guess if you look at it as Mazi is basically the only real move that we made that's a new one.
Well,
and Hankins is old and beat up and hurt? Like,
well,
I'm trying to figure it out.
It's not about those two guys. It's more about the depth. And that's the question a lot of us have about this interior. The Cowboys struggled to solve that run stop and interior defensive line in recent years. Now, Mazi Smith, he's a rookie, so you really can't say what he's going to do yet. We got to wait and see, right? So they're unsure. He's a rookie, right? I understand that. So who's left to be featured? Of course, Hankins, who's a little older, but he's not a flashy guy. He's going to get you the run stopping stuff, which is very important. But then you got guys like Oso Odigizua, Neville Gallimore, Quentin Bohanna, Chauncey Golston, rookie Viliami Fehoko. These are the guys that have to show up for the inside, and it just seems a very weak interior defensive front. I could understand this as well on why they'd say this, although I'd say, left guard is probably a little bit weaker, but I guess they're looking at Tyler Smith there, so very strong when you have Tyler Smith there. So interesting little dichotomy there. They're outside edge rushing, number one according to them. That's our strongest unit. The weakest unit is right next to them, interior defensive line. That's per ESPN. So I just thought that was interesting. I do want to mention one last guy here, and it is the rookie, Mazi Smith. Now, let me throw him up on the screen here. Mazi, number 58 for the Cowboys. He's built different in the weight room. Listen to some of these things, guys. Mazi Smith does 22 reps on the bench press, but with 325 pounds instead of 225 pounds. His max bench press is 550 pounds. Aaron Donald, bench presses his max, 500. He's got 50 pounds on him. Michigan football team even had to call the manufacturers of the machine that he used when he was there because Mazi Smith could do more weight than the machine came with.
Yeah,
like they had to borrow weights from other machines.
And they basically had to call the manufacturer and say, like, hey, is it okay that he's doing this? Is this, like, possible?
They moved. They were allowed. They ended up moving 800 pounds onto the machine.
Honestly,
out of 500.
That's genuinely a little bit scary.
The Cowboy, is he the next Aaron Donald? I mean, listen, ways to go, obviously. I'm not saying he is. But he is a freak athlete. Let me explain. Mazi had a 6-point... Actually, let me not say him yet. We had Aaron Donald, 7.11 on the 3-cone drill. Fletcher Cox, 7.07 on the 3-cone. And Donald Sue on the 3-cone, 7.21. Mazi Smith on the 3-cone drill, 6.95 seconds. By far shattering all the other three guys I just mentioned. Oh, I'm not done yet, and neither is Jason Renfro dropping out $7 Trayvon Diggs holler. Much love to Mr. Jason Renfro, adding another raffle entry to this raffle here for that jersey raffle. What did the man say?
Time is now. We need to get it while it's hot. So let's go Cowboys for 6 and beyond. There's more love in the Cash App.
Oh, well,
and go Cowboys.
Let me double check that, and you guys know what that means. 6 and beyond means 7. A $7 holler right there. So much love to him, and I'm double checking it. He did drop another 6 on top of that. Jason Renfro making a run at these raffle entries right there. Let me throw it up here, baby, for everyone to see. You had yourself a $6 drop. The leader in the Cash App, and the guy who's getting closer and closer, Marco Seppian there. He's in second place. But he's first place on the Cash App right now, trying to break the back-to-back streak by Skeptical Fan. Jason Renfro with a $6 holler, and he said, just giving a little love. Go Cowboys!
Woo.
And we're giving a raffle entry.
There, Jason.
Another raffle entry for Jason Renfro rocking the spot.
So it cracks me up. Stuffy1085. I made a little typo that made me laugh. He said, "You guys think the Cowboys fan that Mazi's gonna come in and make an immediate implant?" Obviously, he meant impact, and he fixed it. Just when I first read it, that made me laugh. We do genuinely think Mazi's gonna make an immediate impact, even if he himself is not the one who's out there maybe having the flashy plays or causing them.
Yeah, having the numbers. The numbers won't be up there. He'll be allowing other guys to get numbers.
When it comes to run stopping, is going to elevate all of our other guys so beyond anything that I think we're prepared for, in the sense of it. We are so weak there. Having someone like Mazi go in, and as he continues to get better, just kind of do what we're expecting him to do there. I mean, it is going to be refreshing. And yes, we are going to see pretty much the entire D-line and linebackers / secondary benefit from that. But
the run
most
stop's gonna
important,
improve.
you're going to see it from Micah. You're going to see it from Tank, right? You're going to see it from Sam Williams. You're going to see it from the guys that are in the sense of the outside guys that are now going to be able to get in and because Mazi is in there in the middle, basically taking care of what he needs to take care of there on the inside.
Yeah, see, to me, I like that too, but I also think he's going to be much more effective getting guys like you mentioned it, LVE, he's going to help the linebackers in coverage just because he can hold that middle without having the linebackers have to come up and help as much. Hankins and Mazi, forget it. It's going to be the linebackers will be roaming around. They have all the time in the world. And then you look at the secondary, guys like Jaron Kearse, Donovan Wilson that played down and help in run support. Won't need that as much. Maybe they could cover a little bit more. That's going to present a lot of problems. Now, the main thing about Mazi is the run stop. So when he stops the run or he helps clog up things, it's going to leave LVE unblocked. It's going to leave Damone Clark unblocked. It's going to leave, Jaron Kearse unblocked. So I think in a way the run stoppers are going to get the most help from this because Mazi's going to hold two guys up every single time and not let them shed them to go to the second level. That's the Mazi key. Now, I want to continue on this saying that Mazi's a freak, and that's my point here. I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, but listen, again, he's quicker. This is a 3-cone drill about taking those angles quickly. My goodness, he has gotten better numbers here than Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox, and Ndamukong Suh when they were rookies. And Mazi Smith, again, he's 6'3", 337 pounds, and again, he did 22 reps of 325 pounds, 34 reps at 225 pounds. Close grip bench max 550 pounds, vertical jump 33 inches, and a 4.41 shuttle time. The 34 reps of 225 is stronger than Tyler Smith's bench pressing. He did 25 only, while Mazi did 34. Tyron Smith bench pressed 31 at 225. Mazi did 34 at 225. My point is Mazi, according to the bench press side of things, he is stronger than Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith when they were young guys and rookies.
Crazy.
It's insane. He's as quick. Again, shuttle time 4.41. You know who had a 4.40? Micah Parsons.
Oh.
That quickness is real, but so is Mazi Smith's quickness.
I remember
that's
Mazi
real.
Is
he's 330.
A tiny bit bigger.
Yeah, he's
than
100 pounds bigger than Micah when he was a rookie. And again, you remember at 6'3" for Mazi and 337 pounds, he's as big as Tyler Smith, who's 6'3", 324. Mazi again, a little bigger than Tyler Smith, and he's not playing on the outside. He's playing interior, so I'm excited to see training camp and see what Mazi's going to do. When the pads on July 31st, pads come on, it's going to show out there, guys. It's going to show. Trust me on this. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. And look, I'm always excited to see what the best defensive player in the league, in my opinion, is Micah Parsons is going to do when his number is called on there. Not just in training camp, but we know in the regular season and playoffs. That's what we're looking for. But a funny little side note here, baby. Let's go to the offense for a second. Yeah, we're going to talk Micah for a quick minute. But you got to tell me what's going on. Dez Bryant, and you guys got to check out Dez Bryant's Twitter page. He posted a picture, basically, it looks like a VTuber. Basically, what you see of us on the screen right now. And Dez Bryant's trying something new. He said, quote, "It's always been a passion of mine to create something dope for my peers. I can't wait for this upcoming season. And here's a sneak peek with little eyeballs looking." That's, maybe you got to explain this. I don't really know about this. You tell me what it is.
I don't know what it is, but it does make me think like Dez Bryant wants us all to put on some weird Micah Parsons like flesh suit. It is disturbing. It's a little bit creepy. Go ahead and check out Dez's Twitter / other social media if you want to see it for yourself. But honestly, there's just no way to describe it. So maybe it's like a Halloween costume or something, but
I don't know. There's an eyeball. Eyeballs. You can use the eyeballs.
Or
you
it's
can
NFTs, I guess, maybe. But if it's an NFT, this is, again, very little description. Creepy as shit. It literally looks like...
Very well could be an NFT, actually. Now
like you could wear it like a second skin.
Well, now you can wear Micah or get him as an NFT, whichever they do it, per Dez Bryant. Now, speaking of Dez Bryant, baby, receivers, all right? And I just wanted to say one thing real quick about wide receivers. Our receiving core. I just talked about our best position group, which they said for us is the defensive edge. Weakest is interior defensive line. The top 5 NFC receiving cores, according to PFF. The top 5 receiving core, the Eagles at number 1. I don't know why. I guess I don't know. But the Niners at number 2, Seattle number 3, and the Cowboys number 4, with the Vikings right behind us at number 5. So I don't know. I would put us higher up than that. I mean, we got CeeDee Lamb, baby. So, I don't know. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. To me, it's a no-brainer. You would definitely put us a little higher than 4 or 5, whatever they put us at there. But hey, it's PFF. They use analytics. They use those numbers. It's different. Who knows? Now, let me go to the big news of yesterday, baby. I know that we kind of looked into this for a while. Now, a lot of people went with this. I know some content creators went out there with this. I know some ESPNs and NFL networks, they also ran with this. But I got to say, fake news here for at least a little bit. Some people were jumping the gun. Now, you can see by our photo about CeeDee Lamb. Is he getting it? What's the contract update with CeeDee Lamb? This was yesterday's kind of big news. We almost went live and we're like, wait, this is not really anything new. So, Dov, is that his name? Dov Kleiman. He's been called out by some of the Cowboy reporters here in the past, in the recent couple of weeks, saying this is not really a great guy to follow. Don't follow him. But he's the one that kind of broke this fake story. It's kind of like a Mike Fisher style thing here. He said, quote, update, Cowboys are projecting to sign Pro Bowl wide receiver CeeDee Lamb to a contract extension worth between $25 million to $30 million a year. Then he said, quote, writes John Machado. Now, we know John Machado. What did he say? I'm like that. He's a reliable guy. $25 to $30 million, and no one else is really running with this story, guys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the Dallas Cowboys signing their top receiver for a big contract, you'd think that would make at least a few waves in the sports world, but man, we just couldn't find any information on it. So, and of course, when you go to John Machado, directly, once again, you can't really see him saying it. Or
no, it's John Machado's opinion. It's Machado's opinion on this. According to a projection by John Machado of The Athletic, the Cowboys are believed to be contemplating a contract extension that could see CeeDee Lamb's annual salary fall within the range of $25 to $30 million. This is from a John Machado's story. He said, well, I think it could be around this range, and it could be soon, right? So, again, that to me is a real big kind of clickbait situation there by Dov Kleiman. So, I do not like that at all. I say no to him. And look, CeeDee Lamb might be signing soon. Maybe he is signing for $25 to $30 million. And Machado said this a couple weeks ago. Now, this guy's taking it and retweeting it like it's a new thing. Maybe he's jumping the gun, trying to beat everybody to the punch. It didn't work. And I think, again, nothing set in stone at all with CeeDee Lamb. They're still in the process of, and that's the update, they're in the process of getting CeeDee Lamb an extension, probably in that range, which we already knew. All this is not new news, guys. It's old news. By the way, some new news. Jason Renfro dropping that $2 holler. What did the man say?
Thank you, Jason. He said, Mazi for 5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble return?
Fumble recovery.
Fumble recovery. There we go.
Hey,
okay.
I'm with that. Listen, he does that. That could be a Pro Bowl
year.
By
the way, quite a few people agreed with that, by the way. They said, man, not only do I agree, I want it to happen.
Well, again, wanting it is one thing, but if it happens, if he's able to put those numbers up, I think that moment we got Mazi Smith that's in the Pro Bowl.
I do think it's within the realm of possibility.
Yes, I agree.
Which is why I think I personally am a big fan of that, Jason, because it's not, I'm just saying, it is realistic.
Yeah, right? I agree.
That could actually happen.
And by the way, Jason Renfro back to 100 points on that Stream Boss. We'll see what happens. We got to see it happen, right? Now, I do want to see this happen, too, a deal for CeeDee Lamb. So, baby, when you looked at this, I know we kind of went through it all. You said we couldn't find it. But am I wrong about what I just said about that CeeDee Lamb, kind of pseudo-contract news? Is it really? Is it really contract news when it was just retweeted? No. It was requoted from John Machado. Yeah. It was not requoted from a true source with the Cowboy organization or CeeDee Lamb's agent or CeeDee Lamb or the Cowboys or Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones. This was quoted from a Dallas Cowboy reporter by another Dallas Cowboy reporter, which you can quote me and say it's going to happen too. You know, I would agree with this too. So again, I don't know what you think. What does the chat think about this? Anybody fall for this? I hope not.
I mean, thank goodness, obviously, you and I did not. It seems like no one in the chat fell for it either as of now, right? So
and no offense, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, everyone's running with it, so
no, I can't blame anybody for that. I'm just saying,
I can't blame anybody for saying, "Oh, we got him signed." It's a done deal. It's not a done deal.
No, I agree. So, but as of right now, all good there. So,
well, good. Just want to clarify that.
Voodoo Frame Ripper said Cowboys need a franchise tag, then draft the CeeDee replacement.
The who? CeeDee replacement?
Yeah. So basically, tag him for a year and find somebody who can do his job.
Interesting. Better. We finally got a top 5 receiver. We're gonna let him go. Voodoo. Come on now. Can we just let someone go like this? Who we just, we've been dying for a number one. Now we got a number one, and now we're gonna let him go after 2 more years? I don't know. I guess it's a strategy. I guess it's a strategy there, Voodoo. Now, I will say this. What about another free agent out there? We're talking about, receivers, and I'm going to talk about running backs here in a minute. But what about Cordell Patterson? He's a running back wide receiver from the Falcons. I know you have him in fantasy the last year. Got you some good points. But right now, the Cowboys have been it's an NFL rumor now. Mm-hmm. Don't put too much into this, but the Cowboys have been mentioned as a team that could be interested in this Falcon, returner, but also he's their running back receiver hybrid, Cordell Patterson, if he becomes available. That's according to NFL rumors. So don't buy into it, but I don't think we need him. And we just talked about Ceedee Lamb here, right? Ceedee Lamb and all the stuff he brings to the table. We got other guys that bring stuff to the table for our team. Guys like Tony Pollard, who, I believe this year he's going to be the guy doing 75% of the running on this team. And I say running, I mean running, taking the snaps is what I should say. Right now NFL Network is trying to get together their top 100 guys for this year, right? And right now at the brink is Tony Pollard. He's going to make this top 100 list, and I think he will. I know Jason Renfro's trying to get to the top of this list with a $2 holler. Jay Lou style. What did the man say?
He said, I got Mazi for the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Book it.
I would love it, man. I would love nothing. I mean, we got a Rookie of the Year named Mazi Smith in the house. I mean, steals coming left and right with Micah Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. You're going to have Mazi. I mean, that would be insane. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed and hope for that. Yes, sir, Jason Renfro. Yes, sir. Now, appreciate you, by the way. He's back to 100 points, fully loaded, and getting close to that top spot, adding. I lost track of his raffle entries, but we'll track it afterwards. And keeps adding to his total there, raffle entries. Now, Tony Pollard in the mix for the top 100. Just wanted to say this. Saquon Barkley loves watching him. He said, quote, he's probably one of my favorite running backs right now. He epitomizes an every down back. At any moment he touches the ball, he can score from anywhere. So again, when you're talking about guys we can bring in here, do we need to bring all these running backs? Or Cordell Patterson? Do we need to bring more guys in here? I mean, Tony Pollard is going to be the bell cow-ish kind of guy, and I say that. Can he last the whole season? Yes. Can he last the whole season taking 90% of the snaps? No. So he's got to be able to dish out these snaps to guys like Malik Davis, Ronald Jones, and others out there, specifically a little man named Deuce Vaughn. Now, Deuce Vaughn, another name I want to talk about, as we talk about all these running back, hybrid kind of guys, receivers that catch the ball. And I got to put up a little bit of a video here for you guys to kind of catch. Tell me what you think. I got one coming out here tomorrow, similar to what you're going to see here with some discussions about Deuce Vaughn. I'm not going to go into that right now in detail, but I do want to put up what this guy did in college. Take a look at him. This is every touchdown he scored. Whether it was goal line, it was red zone, it was passing, running, sweeps, interior, outside, whatever it was, guys. During his career at Kansas State, guys, check him out. Again, he does a lot of instead of a check down route on a third down, you can definitely see him doing that with Dak Prescott.
Parts of him remind me of Tony Pollard in a way.
That's who I compare him to more than a Zeke, obviously. He's not a Ezekiel Elliott. He's a Tony Pollard, but smaller. He's 5'5", 5'6", 172 to 176 is what he's been listed there. If you do a fake check down to him, look at that right there. You do a fake check down to him and, send the tiniest player on a vertical route to the middle of the field, possibly a touchdown every time. If he can beat everyone in the middle of the field. I'm talking about receiving the ball, catching the ball. And if you get a vertical route, you can see it here, guys. Any vertical routes he's run or anywhere he's gone, no one catches him once he splits that inside of the field. So just something, a little man like him, I'm going to keep an eye on him. You guys definitely check out the video I'm going to post tomorrow on Deuce Vaughn, and you're gonna hear what I think about him. What he did in Kansas State, yeah, he did a lot, guys. 3,600 yards rushing, 1,280 receiving yards, 43 total touchdowns in 3 years. Versatile and explosive on that field. He offers a lot of things that we don't have, like I told you about Zeke. He's not going to give you pass protection. He's not going to give you the short yardage stuff. He's giving you some tough yards on these videos, though. I will say that. He's pounding that ball in there against, lesser competition. Let's be real. But he knows how to wait for his blockers. He knows how to kind of, we know about the duo, situation we had with Zach Martin last year and Terrence Steele. We were one of the best dual blocking teams in the NFL on the right side. What do you think he's going to do behind them? Look at this. Open field. You can only hope to slow him down. He's tiny, but you can't catch him. So, again, guys.
And obviously we know that the speed at which things work in the NFL does
much faster.
Obviously move faster and does work a little bit against Vaughn, just because
bigger guys faster. Yeah.
Not just that. It's more about the fact that here, obviously, he's like much faster. In the NFL, he's only going to be much faster.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
He won't be as dynamic over in the NFL.
That speed gap isn't as wide in the NFL, so it's going to be up to his footwork and his shiftiness. You know, that's where, you know, a little bit of his technique and finesse is going to come in a lot more than just like his pure speed, which, you know, the thing about him is that he seems to be, you know, get going very quickly too. You know, his acceleration and his speed seem to be on the same page. So
his explosiveness and burst is incredible, and off the line of scrimmage or in the backfield, in coverage or running the ball. So that's what I'm trying. You know why his receiving skills have been overlooked? Because no one can stop watching him run. Look at him. I mean, his cuts incredible, smooth. That's another thing you can't teach. And that's about the speed in the NFL. The speed will be slower, but his moves are going to be the same. And he's going to be still faking people and breaking ankles out there, whether it's 1 yard away or 100 yards away. He's going to do a lot of stuff out there. And again, the short yardage stuff and pass protection, he's not. That's not replacing. That's not being. We had a lot of guys we could have picked from in the draft. We went with this guy instead. Now, explosive player, elusive player. He thrives in space. I mean, look at him here. Again, can be a pass catcher at the line of scrimmage. In college, yes. I don't know about the NFL. But out of the backfield, constant mismatch in space. So he's going to be somebody who avoids tacklers. Does not fight through tacklers like Zeke. He makes people avoid tackles like Pollard more than Zeke, you can say, right? So, again, to me, we talked about it before. I think in this first year, we're going to see a lot of dump downs and blank. I think he'd be a great security blanket for Dak Prescott. An underneath option for Dak Prescott. He runs the 40 and under 4.5. You talked about the cut and stuff like this. The stop on a dime moves, ankle breaking shiftiness. I mean, he's fantastic. He doesn't have a 10-yard split, which would show that ability, but he creates enough separation to get open consistently on passing plays because of the shiftiness and the cutting ability. You can see this all over the tape. I mean, it's all over the film, right? So at Kansas State, a K-State, or Kansas State, KSU, the receiving stuff doesn't even get talked about. His pass catching ability, but you saw him make a couple great catches here, and he's 5'5", right? So, Look, it may take a couple games, but I think he's going to create separation. He's going to be a target. And you heard McCarthy, you heard Dak talk about how they use him in the red zone a lot. We know we've seen him used in the red zone. So, to me, guys, you utilize his screen ability. He's going to be a guy that eludes tacklers in tight spaces. He has, again, when he makes the catch, he has hands, he has patience, burst, and elusiveness to be effective in screens. So I just think that's where you're going to see a lot of him. Outside of special teams and all that kind of stuff, Dak said basically, quote, Deuce Vaughn will help the offense immediately, end quote. That's what I need to see, guys. So at the very least, he's going to be a special teams weapon, an offensive gadget guy at the very least this year. But I think he's going to be somebody who's going to line up more in the backfield at times and in the red zone. Can also do out wide as a receiver mismatch situation and go in motion for jet sweeps if they wanted to. But I think other screen design plays will get the ball to him quickly in space. His small stature and agility will be unique to the force we've had in the past with the Zeke, let's say. So it's going to be interesting to see how we use him, and I can't wait. And I'm excited to see how we utilize this little man here and our big offense in Big D. I can't wait what Deuce Vaughn's going to do. Woo! And with that, maybe we got a $2 holler from the man, Jason Renfro, another 2 on top of that. The J. Lou 2. What did he say?
Ooh, he said, Deuce Vaughn is very shifty and fast kills defense.
Hey, that's what the Cowboys are relating everything about now. Speed. You got Turpin on one side and you got Deuce Vaughn on the other. CeeDee Lamb going down the field with Brandon Cooks down. Just so many weapons. That's the point. I mean, it's nonstop real weapon fest we got. And Deuce Vaughn adds another skill set, another playmaker to the mix on offense. Agree there, Jason. 100% agree. Now, what about Jake Ferguson? Talk about tight ends and talk about Luke Schoonmaker. I want to see in training camp who's going to take over that starting role, and I think it's Jake Ferguson for now. Why? Again, listen, he played about only 480 snaps last year, including the playoffs. So, he probably would play as starter 800, or more. It's easy, right? But he did flash on the limited roll. On the limited snaps, he did flash. Small sample size, but there are really some encouraging stats on Jake Ferguson. He was number 1 in separation percentage per PFF. So he got separation in going out for a pass, Ferguson. Number 1 in separation percentage when he was in single coverage. So you got a one-on-one with Ferguson, he's going to get open. He's going to create separation. We need that. He's number 2 in yards after the catch per reception. Again, blew away pretty much everyone else. Blew away Dalton Schultz on the yards after catch by he got 7 or 8 yards after the catch every time. Still small sample size, but that's something really good to build on for Jake Ferguson. Number 6 in yards per route run. So every route he ran, he'd be getting some yards when they targeted him. So again, guys, I do not expect Ferguson to be a top 10 tight end this year. But you cannot deny we didn't see enough from him last year, and even Hendershot. He needs to make a little more of the catching ability better. But both those guys, specifically Ferguson, they did enough last year to feel good about it, getting a cheaper tight end room this year, I think. With Luke Schoonmaker, being the, I guess, most expensive guy we got, basically, because he's the highest, draft capital we used, and no real money spent on replacing Dalton Schultz. So we stayed the same and added a rookie. Keep that in mind. So I think it feels good, though, with Ferguson, with the upside of him, Luke Schoonmaker with his immediate impact he should be giving us, and Hendershot, what he gave us last year, to kind of round out a cheaper tight end room. So my 2 cents on that. Now, I do have one thing here that I know you have the full quote, and it's kind of our big story, I guess you could say, to finish up tonight. This is the end of the stream, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Dropping your knowledge in the chat, your love from above. Told you to be about an MCF in 60, so it's a little longer. But we have again, you can see Dak Prescott in the front cover with Kurt Warner right there below him with the Super Bowl ring, with a Super Bowl trophy and an MVP. Why is that? Well, Dak Prescott, guys. Again, we break down some of the interceptions. In fact, right here, right now, I put it up for you guys. The MCF breakdown of the interception from the Cowboys offense last season. And, we have it posted. It's a video up there. So we weren't the only ones breaking this down. I think it's Dan Rudolph. I don't know. The guy out there did some of this stuff, as you can see us putting up here. I'll take Dak out the way. You can see it now clear, but you can watch it really clearly if you go to our, standalone video and watch all 17 interceptions from last year. You can decide on your own. But we did this little breakdown, and other people have done this breakdown, and so did Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner did a breakdown here, and, with Dak throwing a crazy amount of interceptions last year, comparatively, tying for the NFL lead in interceptions, we wanted to know why. That's why I'm doing this. I want to know what we got to fix, and some of it's on Dak, some of it's on the receivers, some of it's on the game calling, game plan, some of it's on the offensive line, some of it's on the receiver run the way they run their route, on the receiver, whether it's tight end or wide receiver, not catching the pass and it being intercepted. So there's a lot of issues here. And I wanted to know what Kurt Warner said, because he's been hard on Dak. So I figured we'll probably get a lot of accuracy from Kurt Warner as far as his hard-hitting facts on why Dak sucks so bad. But did he say that? He didn't. He actually said most of these were not on Dak, in a way, because they're on him because of leaving his hand. But there's a lot of reasons why they were not. Whoa. Stubby 1085, who just got into the raffle quickly here.
Ooh,
with a $50 holler right there.
Just got into the raffle, I believe. He jumps into one of the top spots.
He, I think, is, I have to double check. He is in the first place. Just like that. Stubby 1065. Is it 1085? 1085.
You know what he had to say?
I can't wait. Let me hear him. He's first place, and he's got a shitload of raffle entries to win this jersey. What did Stubby have to say?
He said, "Go Cowboys."
Go Cowboys.
Thank you so much, Stubby. Seriously, appreciate you. Much love. And, of course, anyone else here kind of chilling, hanging with us, appreciate you all as well. If you are here, make sure to take a second before you head on out to hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Usually the best way to make sure you never miss a live stream.
Yeah, I'm updating the board, so you hit it up, baby, and remind people what they can do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Stubby just did it now. He dropped, obviously, a drop of love there. But as long as it's $6 or more, bam, you are automatically entered into our special 6-year MCF raffle that we're having, to celebrate, 6 years of MCF here. So every $6 is an entry. Every $6 on top of that is another entry. A membership has its perks because you get 1, 2, or 3 bonus entries depending on if you're Navy Blue, Silver, or Star.
Navy Blue gets you 1, Silver gets you 2, right? And the Star level gets you 3 bonus raffle entries on top of that. Once you get into that $6 mark, like a lot of you guys already have, man. And Stubby jumps into first place on the overall board. Oof, man. And just, overtaking Marco Seppian by 5 on the top of the board here. Remember, this is a 2-week raffle here. So, 2-week leaderboard. So,
yeah, and thank
much
you, Stubby.
love
I
there.
appreciate you. Again, if you happen to be lucky winner, feel free to pass the love along to somebody else then.
Yeah, if he doesn't, you don't have to be entered into it, but we give you that option. And you stacked up some raffle entries there. Appreciate you, Stubby, as always. And, can't ask for more from the family here when you guys drop your 2 cents, your thoughts, and your love here, your support for the channel. It's very important, and to keep this thing rolling on the nightly as often as we possibly can. Now, as you can see, guys, back to the stream here. By the way, Jason Renford at 50 points. Just like that in the stream box. Now, this is the same footage that you're seeing right now that Kurt Warner broke down. Every single interception. And go watch it, guys. You can watch the 40 minutes of Kurt Warner talking about this. He's going to say a lot of the same things we've been saying. This is obviously not on Dak Prescott. Now, are some of these on Dak Prescott? Some poor decisions. So some of these had no options for Dak. Some of them, Dak tried too hard, too aggressive. I believe a lot of that had to come with the game plan from Kellen Moore. You can see Dak was being extra aggressive last year, whether it's right or wrong or his choice or not. He went aggressive rather than the drop downs, the dump downs to Zeke or something like that. He went too aggressive. Sometimes he went, he had some bad passes like this one. Horrible pass by Dak. So of course some of these are on Dak. Every quarterback will have some ugly plays. 17, let's be real, guys. A lot more factors, just like we have a shitty quarterback. We know that's not the case. So to help our team, I went through a whole video, and you can see here, and I spoke about each play, who deserves most of the blame on each one of these plays. And you'll see more of these in shorts coming out in the next day or two. But Kurt Warner did this work as well. And you guys don't trust me. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm biased, I guess. You tell me what you think, what Kurt Warner kind of said. Now, he broke this down in a couple paragraphs, and he compared it to himself and his MVP year of throwing a shitload of interceptions himself, still winning a Super Bowl, still having the MVP year. Why? Because he only threw 22 bad passes, right? So, anyways, going back to this, baby, what did Kurt Warner say? What did Kurt Warner say about, he has a thing, study ball, right? So he breaks down all of these things for everyone to see. What did he speak on when it came to Dak Prescott in 2022 and what could he expect in 2023? He did this for the same reason we did this, to find out the things that were kind of off and what could be improved, what's not fixable. What's a Dak issue that cannot be fixed, right? He went through it all. What did the man say?
He said, I was a guy who threw a lot of interceptions and I didn't really worry about them because you can play a great game and make one mistake and it turns into an interception. Doesn't necessarily mean you played bad football. I thought, let's go back and look at all of Dak's interceptions and dissect them. See where he needs to get better, which ones weren't his fault, but we labeled the quarterback with those numbers. 17 interceptions. That's about 1 a game throughout the regular season. So many different scenarios that go into it. There's going to be somewhere Dak has to play better and has to be better at making decisions. There's going to be others where he was just trying to make a play or one that should have been caught. I won the MVP in a year where I had 22 interceptions. My son always asks me how I did it. I tell him I won the MVP on every other throw because those 22. You're going to make mistakes, and they could lead to 8 to 12 incompletions, or you can have 5 to 7 incompletions, but one is an interception, and we have to be able to look at the tape and look at the bigger picture. We've got a number of different things in the first half of the tape. Bad play calls that Dak made worse. Some bad decisions and bad plays by his receivers. That's why I like to go back and do this. This helps us understand where he needs to grow. Some of these things weren't his fault, but also there were a number where there were. It's natural. As a quarterback, you're going to make some bad throws, and it's all about understanding the play call and understanding who has the advantage. As soon as I realized they don't have it covered up,
No, as soon
So as soon as I realize they have it covered up, get it to check down or throw it away. Don't make a bad play worse.
And that's what I've been saying about Dak. A lot of this, like some of these plays, he should not have forced it. But that was the call. It was either 3rd and 12 or 18, a long play. Yeah, he had to be aggressive, and he was told to be aggressive.
The desperation coming from us, truly.
On those 3rd down and longs, bad play callings most of the time. Sometimes it was a penalty, or sometimes it was a bad player play. But most of the time, it was bad play calls led us into 3rd and 10s, like this. Stephon Gilmore, now he's in Dallas. But 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 18s, 3rd and 12s. And then you have Dak having, been, again, I'm not saying this is good or bad. This was the game plan from Kellen Moore. Dak has to be aggressive. He has to trust his receivers. Receivers like Noah Brown and Dennis Houston. And ailing Michael Gallup the whole year. So when you have to trust these guys doing these things, I'm just saying, like, that's a lot to ask him on a year you're taking the receivers away from him. And to me, with the bad play calling and the predictable play calling on top of Dak having to be made and beat, not because of Dak wanting or not wanting to be, but the coaching, that Kellen Moore wanted him to be more aggressive. To be more aggressive, he's going to squeeze the ball in tight windows on 3rd and 17s, and it's going to cause interceptions sometimes. If we take it in context, you could understand. I think we all can understand things better. I mean, this is a sack on 1st down, 2nd down, we throw again on a broken offensive line with Josh Ball back there, forcing Dak to make something. They hit his hand, and he floats the ball. Again, I'm pissed at Dak for having to put himself here. That's a Kurt Warner call there saying, hey, Dak trying to make something out of nothing. Now, that's one you should throw away, but it was a bad play call. You should throw that away and get incompletion, and that's it. This is on a receiver, right? Noah Brown bounces right off his hands. Dak puts it right in his hands. For the yards after catch, Noah Brown run for the yards after catch, forgot to catch the ball, and gave the Jacksonville Jaguars the victory on this play. So that's not on Dak Prescott. Stop hating on him for no reason. And I think that's what Kurt Warner is trying to say. Yes, some of these are definitely on Dak without a question. This is 100% on Dak. Boom. Right? I mean, over a great play by the defensive player. But it happens. An interception happens. Dak could have avoided this. That's on Dak Prescott, right? But some of these are obviously not on Dak Prescott. For example, this one. When he throws it right to Peyton Hendershot's hands and wobble, interception. I mean, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. He had 5 or 6 of these out of 17. Just come on. So listen, Dak had a shitload of issues with himself at times in the play call and the predictability of the play route. Here's Dak being aggressive, dump it down to Zeke. You got him. No, he goes into double coverage and interception. Bad play by Dak, but a bad play call. But Dak has to be aggressive because that's what he's told to do. So. Last year, not enough receiver separation for Dak. A lot of batted balls, some poor throws by Dak, and bad decisions by Dak right there. And Kurt Warner explained it all in detail. The way we were explaining it in detail, he broke down the why for each of these interceptions. And a lot of the times, it had not much to do with Dak Prescott. So, now, that's it. I just wanted to clear that up, guys. I don't know if you guys had heard the Kurt Warner discussion. I wanted to clarify for you guys. And just, you guys, I'm offering you guys, I want you to go listen to the Kurt Warner breakdown and tell me what you think about it. So, that's pretty much it here, guys. You see this is the last interception here. I'll stop it after this. This is right after Tony Pollard was out for the game. What are we doing throwing the ball on 2nd and 2? Dak, of course, telegraphed that ball. Let the guy stay in the mix. That just can't happen. You know what can happen? Jason Renfro dropping that 5 on it. Woo. As he's adding it raffle entry to raffle entry. I have to see where he's at the end of this, baby, because he might be in 2nd place right now, creeping up to 1st. Right there with Marco Seppian and Stubby. 1085. What did Jason Renfro say with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it?
He said, bad route running and being in the wrong place and just looking around, standing still, not coming back to the ball. Not coming back like they should.
Exactly.
Cost us a lot.
A lot of that
was, and
I think a lot of that comes. I got to think. Does that come from the receivers coach, Robert Prince? I mean, I don't think so because he knows his stuff. So it's got to come from Kellen Moore. Maybe not giving the direction to after the. Because again, if Kellen Moore wanted them coming back, he would have told Robert Prince, make sure they come back and look for the ball. Come back to the quarterback. But you never see them coming back. That means that the offensive game plan was just like trickles out, and whatever happens, happens. By then, Dak's going to throw the ball or not. And if Dak did not throw the ball, then these guys are just running there, and they're not even targets anymore. And that's what you saw in a lot of these routes run by receivers. Is it the receiver's fault for running? It could be a lazy route. That would be on the receiver. But could it also be that why are the receivers just never running back towards the quarterback? It's not part of the game plan. To me, that's on Kellen Moore. in the overall view of that side of things, the receivers and they bunch up and run into each other, or receiver option issue, like CeeDee Lamb had a couple of those, that is on the receiver. But it's also on the coach for not having it down already. By the middle of the year, by week 10, they didn't know this yet against Green Bay. The receivers were did not have all their route option down on the same page with the quarterback and the coordinator. That's insane to me, and we know that's an issue why Tolbert was so delayed and off last year. So it's the complexity of this thing that makes it harder for the receivers to run their routes. It's a trickle-down thing, and yes, you cannot blame only Kellen Moore. You cannot blame only Dak Prescott. But you can definitely blame a lot of different pieces to this puzzle, and I think the foundational pieces start with Kellen Moore. When you get McCarthy speeding up the reads for Dak, it helps Dak Prescott. When you see McCarthy speeding up the throws, that helps the offense, the receivers, everybody. When you see the Cowboys trying to be more up tempo, a little more of play action. You see this stuff. Dak rolls out after 2 seconds. He breaks the pocket. These things are things we never saw with Kellen Moore. These things will make the offense better, make Dak better. When Dak breaks the pocket, they're coming back to Dak, by the way, the receivers. Know that's the way pretty much all of that's going to run. So that already is going to help compared to last year. It should be apples and oranges. It should be night and day. It should be more wins by this offense than losses like last year we saw. A lot more consistency from this offense is what we should see than last year, in my very humble, but prideful Dallas Cowboy opinion. So, baby, that's it. I'm done. I don't know if you have any thoughts to add to this. And I don't know if the chat has any last thoughts. Did you do the shout-outs?
Not really, but like I said, I do appreciate the fact that Warner did at least, like you said, he kind of clarified a few of those things, and some of them are on Dak, some of them are more on the scheme, some of them are more on the players.
Mistake of the receiver, offensive
and
line.
Of course, on a few of them, it's maybe more than one reason.
Definitely a few reasons on a lot of these. And some are Dak and somebody else. Some is on Kellen Moore and the receiver. Some of them is on the offensive line and, the scheme. I mean, it's a couple places to place a lot of blame on. But I think what we did this year is fix a lot of that. I think we're heading in the right direction. Everything's not fixed, but it's getting a little better. And a little bit is all we needed from this offense. A little bit better is what we needed. A little more consistency. If we could do that, we're on the right path. Jason Renfro's on the right path.
Ooh, Jason.
Trying to get that number one spot with that dollar holler. What did he say?
He said, "Go Cowboys."
Always go Cowboys.
Thank you, Jason. Perfect timing there. Let me go ahead and do the shout-outs here.
Let's do it. The final comments.
Jamar Chaseon, have a great night.
Yes.
Of course, Jason Renfro, much love. Cowboys Nation Network.
Woo.
Let me see. We have, who else is here? Thomas Garrett, the Superior. Garrett. Of course, the man who dropped the big drop there.
Woo.
Stubby 1085.
Stubby in the house. First place.
Asmodeus representing. We have Kevin Bilbo, hello and hi. James Herr, what's up? Thanks for being here. Akeem Sears, hello. Hello.
And by the way, I want to let Jason Renfro know. I think he's in first place, so I'll have to check it. So tomorrow, when I get it all done for you, bro, I will make sure when we go live. If we go live tomorrow, I'm not sure if we can make it tomorrow. If we go live tomorrow or Saturday, you will be in that first place spot. I think he's in first place. So just letting him know.
So let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody here. We have Mike Aldana, Frame Rippers.
Jamar Chasen in the house. We did speak about the defense initially, right, in the beginning part of the stream. So go back and check it out. We talked to Mazi Smith, talked about the weaknesses and the strengths on defense, according to ESPN. Edge is our strength, interior is our weakness. But we tell you why I think Mazi's ready. We talked about it earlier.
So I think that's everybody here so far.
Well, all right. So as I rock it out here and we end this thing, I do want to give some shout-outs, baby. Dwayne Broussard. These are the people that dropped the love from above or gave thanks through the thanks button, gifted memberships, dropped Cash App. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Dwayne Broussard, Jason Renfro, Brandon James Shea, Skeptical Fan, Clark Mohawk Kent, Bama Fan, Stephanie Willis, and Stubby 1085. Guys, thank you for rocking the spot here with us on a Cowboys chat. I guess a Cowboys in 60 was a Cowboys in 90 maybe. I don't know. Either way, though, we got through all the news and info for the last 2 days. And we'll try to be back tomorrow again. We're going to try. If anything, it might be real quick one. Maybe just a quick topic or two. It might be a quick high and by for a Fan Friday. I think we're going to be really busy tomorrow. Saturday, though, what's coming Saturday, baby? It's the big day here at MCF.
That is it, guys. 6 years.
Woo!
Get your beverage, adult libation of choice ready to go.
Party with us.
It is a one-time viewing only live stream,
Yes,
so
one
a
time.
little bit more laid back, I think, than our
Yeah.
usual ones, just because obviously we're in more of a celebratory, fond, looking back memories.
We're not looking to get plastered, but we're definitely looking to have some fun.
Yes.
Probably hear a little music. We'll talk a little cowboy, a lot of Cowboys. Talk about our history here on MCF on YouTube. One-time showing. There's no replays. You got to show up here with us live. That's Saturday night, the day of our 6th-year anniversary here on YouTube on My Cowboys Family, and we're going for 6 and beyond, guys, because Sunday start or the next, that day, I guess you could say we're on that year 7 here. Just doing our little thing, a little family style thing, talking our Cowboys almost always on the nightly. So appreciate everybody who's going to be there for that, and the raffle will be soon after. Again, that's another thing I wanted to kind of touch on. Because we're not going to be here, we weren't here yesterday, and not going to probably be here tomorrow for very long. Want to make sure we give everybody a chance to get a chance to join the raffle. So we just talked about it. It's not going to have time to really get it done this Sunday. So sometime next week, probably next Sunday, give everybody a whole week, just in case, to add some raffle entries to their totals if they want. We'll probably continue this into another full week next week, and then get the totals, and then get it on and see who wins the jersey. And we're going to have another second place prize by Skeptical Fan. Fantastic shirt as well. We'll show that probably Saturday night, which will also go through some star level, I guess, membership level also news. You want to definitely join us on that one-time viewing stream, especially star level, because we're getting back to what you're seeing on the screen here when it comes to the monthly raffles for the star level membership. But we'll talk about that on the Saturday night 6-year celebration right here on My Cowboys Family. And yes, we'll be still taking these raffle entry, donations and drops for the stream as well, for that one, and any stream. Even if it's a one-time, we're still going to total up your numbers and get your raffle entries set. As you see, Jason Renfro trying to tack on another one with a dollar holler and a Go Cowboys.
Oh, there you go, Jason.
Much love, Jason.
I appreciate you, of course.
So just wanted to shout that out for everyone to know. Make sure you don't forget to be here for that load of fun. It's going to be a Saturday night, cameras on, one-time viewing. And also, again, baby, the sponsor of the week, same as our Cash App King leader, or the King, SnugX. Sponsor of the week, SnugX. Much love to him. He's going for a three-peat, but right now, the leader on that side is Jason Renfro, trying to break that streak. Jason Renfro is currently in first place with a Skeptical Fan right behind him. So we'll see who wins that battle for that crown. And also, Jason Renfro took down Marco Sepien. Now he has 57 points there. Jason Renfro representing it on the stream, boss. And he's getting closer. First place, he's getting closer. I think he's past Marco Sepien. And he may have passed Stubby 1085. We just dropped the biggest drop of the month. Boom. And he takes the lead on the board. Much love to Stubby 1085. Much love to Marco Sepien. Much love to Jason Renfro, who may be in first place when you put this on, again, whether it's tomorrow or Saturday night for the one-time only viewing. Be there or be square, guys. And again, appreciate everybody here rocking with us on all levels of the board, making this the MCF experience, but also always talking about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over any and everything. And who else? Any last people in the board in the house, baby?
No, I think we shout everybody out here. So
then I want to ask you, baby, why do we do this on the nightly here on MCF every single night? What are we so crazy? Why do we do this for?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Everything. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Here, on the letters on my shirt, we're always repping. Here in MCF, we're always repping that star over everything. And as you can see, guys, on My Cowboys Family, almost 6 years and beyond. Never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, Go Cowboys! Let's get that 6 and beyond, baby. Much love to everybody in the chat rocking with us here all night long. Appreciate the drops of love from above. Truly can't do this without your support, whether it's gifting, memberships, whether it's Cash App, Super Chats, whatever, guys. That's where it's at. The experience continues. And we'll continue the experience. Hopefully a little tomorrow if we can get on here. If not, definitely Saturday night for the one-time only viewing. And definitely Saturday night, Sunday night for the finale of the week, at least. So, crowning some champions on Sunday night. So appreciate everybody who's rocking with us here on all that. But now all good things must come to a close. And before we could come to a close here, baby, and clock out officially for the night, we got to relock and reload tomorrow or Saturday for that one-time only viewing. For the next show, we got to relock and reload. But before we can drop out of here for the night, what do we got to do? We got to drop that. Jason Renfro, 5 on it.
There
Another
it is.
5. And you know he's added another member, another raffle entry on that board. So what did the man Jason Renfro say with that $5 holler?
He said, "Need to
Nope.
get
And a gifted membership from the man staying skeptical. Skeptical fan. 35 now for the month from the great skeptical fan. A Go Cowboys from him. And who got that? Maybe I missed it. Lost in Translation Podcast. Congrats to you on corralling a gifted membership from the man staying skeptical. Appreciate him. What did Jason Renfro say, baby?
He said, need to get Dak and receivers on the same page where they just throw to a spot and the wide receiver will be there, will be at the line and keep from a lot of interceptions from happening.
Let me see here.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously that is definitely one of the options and possibilities that the Cowboys could take.
I also think it's important
honestly, they could, whatever they do, Dak and the receivers have to be on the same page, or else, I mean, are we reading the same book at that point?
We're not going to. If they're not on the same page, it's going to be interceptions. The thing is, it's got to be you got to make sure that these receivers, when Dak breaks the pocket and no one's open after the first 2 seconds and the first 2 reads, they have to come back to Dak and get open. That's going to be the key. So I hear you there. Going to a spot and kind of having Dak hit them with the ball there, that's Kellen Moore, which is fine. It should work. It still should work in this offense, but it's more about, if he doesn't have the time, if the offensive line is breaking down, or his quick 2 or 3 reads aren't there, everyone's got to know be on the same page and know where to go and know what to do. So that's the important thing there. And if the receivers can all do that with Kellen Moore, with Mike McCarthy's offense and Dak Prescott quarterback, we will be fine. I think we're not going to be perfect. It will be more consistency, and that means we'll be a lot better than we were last year. So yeah, it is random. Sorry about that. So you got to also make sure. I think Jamar Chase on. You got to make sure you.
Yeah, I think the more active and things like that you are in the chat,
and you have to also make sure you allow it too, though.
True, good point.
So you have to make sure you go in there and hit those little 3 dots and go to allow membership on this channel. Every channel you got to allow it for that. So you might not have it set either. You have to set it on and you allow it. Then you'll be able to get them as well. So hopefully you'll be on here and you'll get it again in the future, brother. Appreciate everybody here. Skeptical fan with the 5 on it for the gifting membership for Lost in Translation at the buzzer here, and of course Jason Renfro also with that 5 on it. Agreeing, I think we'll get more consistency with this offensive scheme. Whatever is done out there, I think will be good. Now, baby, before we can officially drop out of here, Jason Renfro 62 points on the Stream Boss, and I think in first place on the overall board, definitely on the Cash App board. What do we got to do, though, baby, now that we're done for the night? Try to reload tomorrow for another show? Or maybe that's that one-time only show, 6 years here on YouTube, on My Cowboys Family, so join us for that. But, baby, before we can drop out for the night, what do we got to do?
We got to drop the beat.
Oh, yeah. You saw me bouncing around, getting all hyper for the beat. It's been dropped, guys. Thank you for rocking with us once again for another one. Scorpio here with us. Scorpio in the house. Much love to you, man. I hope you are hanging in there. Guys, drop them if you got them. And the membership side of things, emojis, you know what to do. Thank you for rocking with us again. Myself, the wife, the family here. We'll be back. Try to get back here tomorrow for another one. If not, we'll definitely be rocking it here on Saturday night for the one-time only live stream. 6 years on it, guys. We got 6 on it. Looking for 7 and beyond now, right? On MCF. Thank you all again here for rocking with us on another Cowboys chat. This one was a Cowboys in 60, but kind of more of a Cowboys in 90 today. So, guys, appreciate every single one of you guys again. Can't do it without y'all. We talked about Ceedee and his money situation, the contract extension. A lot of questions about the report there, guys. Go back and check it out if you missed it. Talked about the running backs, Deuce and TP. Talked about Mazi on defense, and of course Dak getting checked by Kurt Warner. I think Dak did pretty damn good as far as passing most of the tests that Kurt Warner saw issues with on that field with the offense. Not all on Dak when it comes to those interceptions. Check it out in our video here as well. Our breakdown. Kurt Warner did it. MCF did it too, guys. Thanks again. Oh, and Jason Renfro with the finale drop there. An additional dollar. Holla. Never forget, guys, that navy, blue, silver, and star for everything. And never forget the number one thing right here, My Cowboys Family. Much love to everyone. Appreciate you all. Join us again for the next one tomorrow or the one-time only special again on Saturday night, 6 years on YouTube. My Cowboys Family rocking on. Thank you all, guys. Have a safe night. Have a great night. Peace And never ever forget, go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat. Monk on the beat.